What's up, good people? Welcome to another episode of Passion Portraits. For today's Passion Portrait episode, we're going to be talking about Kayla Parker and her passion, which is storytelling. In other words, her passion is for writing and directing for both the screen and the stage. Now, as a heads up, the Q&A structure of this Passion Portrait is different from the one that you'll find in the link in the description below, because it's from an early iteration that I started a few years ago, but never quite got off the ground. So with that said, let's get to it. So, how did you first get started with this passion, and how did you fall in love with it? Kayla says she's been telling stories for as long as she can remember. As a child, she would create plays on the side of the bathtub for her entire family to come and watch. Afterwards, she participated in various summer camps where she learned just how many moving pieces were involved in creating a production. She fell in love with storytelling purely because of the freedom that accompanies creating her own realities. She may not have much control over what happens in the real world, but in her stories, she gets to decide what the world entails. How have you gone about cultivating your skills? Did you take a course, get a mentor, or did you just figure it out as you went? Kayla says going to summer camps and being able to participate in her hometown's annual Sidewalk Film Festival helped her cultivate these skills starting in childhood. By middle school, she knew this is what she wanted to do, and she went on to attend a performing arts high school before heading to a 4-year college program for more training. Beyond that, she found herself a lover of learning about the craft. She regularly checked in with mentors for guidance, and she doesn't let any opportunity pass that could strengthen her skills. If someone wanted to start learning this passion of yours, what advice would you give them? What are some pitfalls you would recommend that they avoid? Kayla says as far as pitfalls of her experience goes, well, she doesn't have a book long enough, but generally her advice to anyone who's interested in screenwriting, directing, even acting is the same. Be prepared to work hard, but never compare your journey to someone else's. Learning an artistic discipline takes the same amount of hours as any other trade or of craft. It takes hard work and practice. It's essential that as you work hard towards your goals, that you are only in competition with a previous version of yourself. Learn to love the journey and praise how far you have come. It's so easy to see what others have and wonder why it's not yours, but trust in the creator's process for your life and push ahead. Where can people find you online if they maybe have some questions to ask you? Kayla says you can find her at kparkercreates.com, and her Instagram is kparkercreates. All right, so that's all we have for today's Passion Portrait form. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen to it. First off, thank you, Kayla, for taking the time to fill out this form. I appreciate you telling your story. And 2 nuggets of wisdom that really stood out to me is the nugget about not comparing yourself to others and how we should only be comparing ourselves to our previous selves. I think it's really easy for a lot of us to forget that. And the other one about learning to enjoy the journey, right? If you don't enjoy the journey, then you probably won't be staying on that journey for very long, or you'll probably be miserable. So I appreciate you dropping those 2 nuggets of wisdom, and thank you again so much for filling out this form and telling your story. All right, that's all we have for today's Passion Portrait episode. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen to it. And as usual, if you have a passion or if you know someone who has a passion that you've put time towards, you don't have to be an expert at it. It just has to be something that you find joy or fulfillment in. Then please fill out the form in the description below. We need more stories so that way we can encourage more people to want to find and cultivate their passion so we can help them find and cultivate their calling. So again, thank you so much for watching this video today, and I'll see you soon.